Good evening and welcome to Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. This is a nice change for me to be doing a Thursday night live as our lovely Carol is off having gorgeous cuddles, hopefully, with Sophia, her new 9th grandbaby. So I hope she's having a lovely time down there with Ryan and Roseanne. I have Simon in the kitchen.
Hi, Karens.
He says Karens because we have the lovely Karen Naylor in tonight. Hello, Karen.
Good evening.
And she came to help with the comments. So Simon's got 2 Karens to contend with. And we're not for sale.
Definitely not.
We're priceless. So tonight I'm going to be making macarons for you again. I know a lot of you like doing the macarons, but to the new people who are watching, we're using our lovely whipping it up and making some lovely lemon drizzle macarons, and then we're going to fill them with our brand new lemon biscotti flavour buttercream. How good does that sound? So have we got any hellos, Karen, that we can shout out to anybody?
There's lots of people saying I'm watching on YouTube, but I'm commenting on Facebook.
Well, hello, my YouTubers.
Absolutely.
I can't do that very often.
We've got Joanne Birkin, Lorraine Pye, Natalie Walker, Jackie Bevis, Nike Anna, Tracy Cox, as well as all the usual.
All the usual. Hello there. So again, we're going to have a fun-filled evening doing some baking. I'm going to be even painting with our Wonder Dust and showing you how to paint the top of the macarons, and it actually makes them look really good. Here's a couple, whoopsie-daisy, that I did earlier to show you. I mean, look at that. How good do they look with our Wonder Dust?
They look amazing.
They're great, aren't they? The shine on them. So you don't lose the taste of the macaron, but you get the lovely bling. Look at that. Brilliant. So we'll be doing that a bit later on. Have we got any birthdays in the house tonight? We can give you a bit of a sing-song if you've got any birthdays coming up. And also we've got our prize draw being done in a little while for everyone who commented on the post on the Nifty Nozzles page, Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles, saying why you liked Julie Rogerson's class on Monday. And that prize there is going to be the weekend bundle with the new flavours. So you're going to get 7 packets of icing sugar. And that will be a free prize that I will do in a little while, actually.
And Jill Cook says, hi Karen and Simon. What have I done to get third?
Oh, yeah.
Alphabetical order, that's all I said.
Yeah, hi Jill. Jill's always on the YouTube for us.
Not only that, you 2 have got capital letters and I haven't.
What can we say?
What have you done to upset Jill?
I don't know.
Well, we have a birthday for Di Runicles. Sue Mary says it's her birthday on Sunday, but we've already sung to her.
But that was in the buttercream flowers class,
Right.
wasn't it?
But she's still been sung
Yeah,
to, and
yeah.
she's admitting it.
Yeah, well done.
So that's fine.
So we've got Diva Nicole's. So if anybody else has got any birthday that comes up in a bit, if you let us know, Karen will take a little note of the names and we'll just do a whole song for all of you. How's that? Rather than having Simon, because you know what it is, when Terry sings happy birthday, you hear her and everyone says she puts so much gusto into it. When Simon does it, he mumbles. We don't hear him. You do mumble.
Do I mumble?
You do mumble, yes.
Oh.
So the
I
other...
don't like it when I don't know whose birthday it is and I don't know what name to sing.
The oven is already heating up. I've got it on to preheating to 150 degrees C, which is gas mark to 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that was only just been put on about 10 minutes ago, so I know when I've done the macarons, because we don't rest them anymore, we put them straight into the oven, that the oven will have preheated to the correct heat. Now if you have been having trouble with your macarons and they're cracking on the top, it's because your oven is probably too hot. And if you don't get feet on your macarons, which I'm going to show you how to do that, it means you've overbeaten it. So there is 2 really important factors. Don't have your oven too hot and don't overbeat your mixture. So into my mixing bowl, says, into my mixing bowl, which is very clean, which is really, really important that your beater and your bowl is grease-free, completely grease-free, otherwise the whipping it up won't go into lovely stiff peaks. The recipe is on the website. The full recipe is on the website. It's under Whipping It Up Macarons Easy. And you can find it on that. And that recipe is a 250 gram mix of whipping it up, 100 mils of water, 50 grams of icing sugar, and 180 grams of ground almonds.
Is it on the normal?
It's on the normal website.
On this one?
Yes, it's on that one right at the bottom there. But because I've already made some this afternoon ready to decorate for you because they're nice and cool now, I'm just going to do a half batch. So you can watch me do the half batch because, let's face it, some of you don't want to have like loads of macarons in the house. So a half batch might just do you. If you're just going to get something like 6 macarons, 7 macarons, it's enough to have that nice taste. But you've not macaroned yourself out. So I am actually going to weigh in 125 grams and I'm using the lemon drizzle, whipping it up. Nearly there.
Carol Allen says she's had a very busy day. It was her husband, daughter's and sister's birthday.
Wow.
All today.
Wow.
But we're not going to sing to them because
No. Well, that is a busy day, having all those birthdays on the same day. So I've got the 125 grams of whipping it up that I'm doing today. And into that, I'm going to put in 50 mils of room temperature water. Now I've just put some boiled water out of the kettle in there and then cooled it down with tap water just to make it a lovely room temperature water. It's what I'd call tepid. It always has to go over, doesn't it? Just that little bit.
Annette Lawson says she's watching with interest because she hasn't been brave enough to try making them yet.
They're dead on 50. Well, these are so easy to make. So into the mixing bowl is going, because I've got 125 grams of mix in there, I'm putting in 50 mils of tepid water. Start that slower moment. And you just want to just bang down the whipping it up, just so it doesn't stick on the sides.
So you jiggle the camera a bit.
That was just rebellion then, wasn't it?
Donna Jasper's had a delivery today. She says, thank you for my parcel. Bobby went to the door and brought it in and said, good God, what have you got in here? It weighs a ton.
Did you have a rolling pin?
I had a battle of new flavours.
Yeah. These new flavours are absolutely wonderful. So I'm just mixing that round now, as you can see. It starts off like a creamy colour, but then it goes a lovely bright white meringue. That's why you really have to make sure that your bowl and your beater are grease-free. These have just come out of the dishwasher, so I know they're absolutely fine. And as you can see, it's starting to thicken up already. So while that's mixing, I like using a glass bowl. Now you can use a glass bowl or a porcelain bowl. You know, you get those lovely, the brown cooked bowls. You can use one of those porcelain bowls or use a glass bowl. And into this glass bowl, I'm putting in 90 grams of ground almonds. Now I have sieved these 3 times to make sure that they're super fine. Any other bits that were there left in the sieve I've thrown away because they were the ones that they call your macarons quite bitty. So these have been sieved 3 times.
Quick question, Karen. If you're using semolina rather than ground almonds, is it the same way?
Yes. Okay, yes, it is, because I did some vegan, not vegan, nut-free. Sorry, I did some nut-free macarons on one of my Friday morning lives, and again I used semolina, and it was the same. And you can find that live on YouTube if you put in free from macarons.
And on a different note, question has come in from Press Window. Is the recipe of your Victoria sponge in the different size tins on the recipe page, please?
I thought it was, but if it's not, I will check that when I'm coming straight away tomorrow. I'll check the recipe site, I'll send myself a note, I'll check the recipe site and I'll get that amended and put on tomorrow morning. I thought I had put it on. If I haven't, I'm so sorry, and I will get that put on tomorrow for you. So I need 25 grams of, I'm using the lemon drizzle icing sugar, just because I've used the lemon drizzle whipping it up. And I've got 25 grams.
Quite a lot of rolling pins have been delivered today. Lots of excitement going on.
Well, I must admit, I'm with you on that. I absolutely love them. So as you can see from the bowl now, this is started to thicken up quite nicely, but I want to get that to stiff peaks. So I have just turned it up a little bit now. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to tip this icing sugar into the ground almonds, and then we're just going to mix that all in together.
Quick question, when you weigh out your almonds and then you sieve them and you throw away the big bits, do you then put extra in to compensate for the weight?
I reweigh, yes. I always, because I know I was doing it, I actually did the whole bag, and then I took out what I needed. But if you just weighed out 90 grams, and then or your 180 grams if you're doing the full recipe, sieve them, get rid of the bits, weigh them again, and then sieve some more. But when you sieve it again, you will find that you've still got some big bits left again. So the best thing to do is sieve all your ground almonds until you've got the whole bag sieved, and then weigh your almonds out at the very end when you've sieved them for the third time. You can, if you want to, use a little like blitzer, you know, like the baby blitzers, or a blender, just to or is it like a coffee grinder, just to try and get them a bit finer. But I've found that I've done it 3 times, and they've worked out. They're super fine now that I've sieved them 3 times.
Put it in your breakfast juicer.
Well, yes.
Pop it in the milkshake.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, I've got a little tub that I actually just put them back into a tub, because if I was going to need it like for free hands, I'll use them in my cake mix. I'm just going to...
Components asking at what point during the mixing would you add colouring, but this actually been answered by Nikki King, who says when you add the ground almonds. Is that correct?
I'm going to show you that in a minute, because I'm colouring mine yellow.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm colouring mine. So I'm just going to show you that it's nowhere, well, it's nearly ready, but it's not stiff peak, so we'll turn it on again. It usually takes about 5 or 6 minutes just to get up to the stiff peak method. So while that's mixing around, I've got my nice lemon colour there. So, just while that's mixing, I love this board that Debbie's done for us, but there's nowhere in the kitchen to put it. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. But every time I can't get it in my cupboards. It's absolutely great.
Well done, Debbie.
So I'm still mixing that round now. Just while I'm mixing that quickly, look at this class, the Noah's Ark class here. This is the new one from Julie Rogerson, and it's on, what date is it?
Julie Rogerson is in June.
Oh, is it June, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, it is, it's June the 6th, June the 7th. June the 7th, because it's the day after my second jam. So we've got that plethora, how's that for a word? A plethora of classes for May. So I'm going to talk to you about all the classes we have in May coming up, and you're going to be so excited with them. Just going to test this again now. Very nearly. We're nearly there now. I'm going to put that one back for a moment.
just saying that it keeps freezing on them.
Have you noticed it freezing on yours, Karen? Are you alright?
They may be correct. We have had some out.
Yes.
We've had some what?
Some dip.
He's doing a roller coaster there. So that's very nearly done now. Now I think Carol said she was putting these on the website, and it's a set of 3 nozzles. And they're like...
Not me, by the way.
Is it not you?
Not me, Virgin Media.
Right. So we've got a set of 3 nozzles which Carol says she's put on the website, and it's a heart shape and 2 square shapes. One with a bit bigger tooth gap in it. If Simon could just go to the overhead a moment for me. So we've got one where you can see the teeth are close together there. But then you can actually see the teeth are close together on one and a bit far away. I'm going to do it that side. Ah, that's better. You can see that there. And then you've got this heart shape. Now, I've tested them, and Carol's tested them, and no, nothing comes out heart-shaped or squared. I actually paused. He's got his Karen stick there. I thought he was going to...
I thought I was going to get hit by him for a minute.
Just going to look at this again
You're
now.
just out of reach, Karen.
No, it's just...
Oh dear,
You
what
are,
a
yeah.
shame, never mind.
Karen.
It's very nearly there now. I just want it to be able to be a stiff peak on the beater, so on the whisk, so that the peaks don't go down. So the only thing I found with these is I've made the macarons with them, and they're superb, the macarons. No, I don't get a heart shape, and I don't get a square shape. I get a lovely round shape, but I get a thick one. So I get a lovely finish. Look at that on me. So I get a deep macaron. So I don't know if you can see that there. Look how nice that is. So when I get the cream in with that, I'm going to have a really nice size macaron there. So I love them for actually doing the macarons, believe it or not, because you only have to squeeze the ones within my template, and I'm getting a nice deep macaron rather than a very flat one. Yes, sorry?
We have a comment from Melanie Coleman. She's replying to Angela Brayback, who keeps saying that she's had several times trying to make these and really struggles. But Melanie says, keep trying. I've had about 10 failed attempts at making them with a normal method using French, Italian, Swiss marine methods, but then finally succeeded using whipping it up.
Yeah.
It's ace.
Whipping it up is a superb product. It's a multi-use product, and for the macarons, it's absolutely brilliant. I'm not having to faff around taking eggs, splitting the egg yolks and the egg whites, and then wondering what I'm going to do with the egg yolks when I'm using the egg whites. So I absolutely love this whipping it up. It's in the cupboard, I can get it out quick, I can whip up a batch of macarons, whip up a meringue, and I'm not having to bother if I've got any fresh eggs or what am I going to do with everything that's left over. So it's cost saving as well. I do. And have you done the macarons with this, Karen? And I love it because I love the taste of it as well. All the whipping it up flavours are delicious.
Yeah. Would you just go over what those nozzles are again, please?
Yeah. So I'm just, for some reason, I'm not getting there.
Right. Okay.
I will get there. You know I will get there.
You will. I have every faith in you.
Carol said she put these on the website, and I forgot to check if they were on the website in the What's New section. It's 3 nozzles she's got in, and it's a heart shape and 2 squares. Now, we are going to try to see what we can do with the buttercream with it, but for doing macarons, they don't come out square and they don't come out a heart shape. But they do a lovely deep macaron for you. So you've got, rather than just a very thin base, you've got a nice deep macaron. So I'm going to show you how to use the heart-shaped one in a moment. I'll just show you. It doesn't even come out heart-shaped one little bit, it comes out as a round. But I haven't tried it with buttercream, so I can't say that it won't work with buttercream for me. I'm just going to turn this again now. I've usually got it by now, so I'm a bit worried now.
Carol's gone away to have some bubble time with grandbaby. So rather than leave comments beside them, I thought I'd volunteer and get him out of it.
Thank you, Karen.
You're very welcome.
There is some earthly reason it should not take this long.
Oh dear.
And it is getting there. So you know what? You know what we do?
Start again.
We just, because I've got another bowl for this, what I'll do is I'll use this one.
Okay.
And I'll get, can you pass me a spare bowl please? And,
Don't we usually find if you chill that for a bit?
no, that's Swiss meringue.
Alright.
That's Swiss meringue. So just, you know what? I can't. Just get a quick beater for that. I've got my water and we'll start again.
Lindsay is asking, is there any chance that you can over whip it?
You can, but I have been checking it all the way through, so it didn't actually ever reach stiff peaks, which was very strange.
Karen?
Yes. This is going to be
Put a little
difficult.
bit of butter in there, did you, just to make it not work?
I didn't, but I think I saw you with some.
I understand it. You could grease that bottle perfectly.
You did you? Thanks, Simon. Right, 125, that's there. 50 mils of water.
Apologies if I'm pronouncing your first name wrong. Jose Bambara, or is it Jose? I'm not sure. Karen, she's done. They've done your ice cream recipes from last week twice, and they absolutely loved it.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? I do love the ice cream. I mean, it's true what people say. Once you've made the ice cream using the sugar and Crumbs flavoured icing sugars, you don't go back to short bought ones. Because even the vanilla one just tastes like the cottage cream one. But I do that. Oh, have you anybody tried the new Twister one? It was absolutely delicious. I want to do a coffee and amaretto ice cream. Right, so let's get this baby going again. There has to be a reason why I didn't do it, and it's probably because I'm live.
Is it possibly that you poured the water in too quickly?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I might have missed it when I was getting the cake out. I might have just missed that crucial point, maybe. You know, where you can over whip it. But I was keeping my eye on it, so I'm going to absolutely keep my eye on it this time. I'm just going to talk to you while I keep looking at the bowl. So I don't know. Hopefully you can hear me over this. But on Monday we have Rachel Hannerin doing introduction sugar paste on wedding cakes. So that's a full day class on Monday, and that's going to be super. She's already done the class where you did the buttercream wedding cake, and now it's sugar paste wedding cake. So that's a great class if you want to carry on doing that. And then
There's still time to book on that.
yeah, there's still a lot of time to book on that. You could even book on that over the weekend, and you could still join in. Because a lot of the classes, it's great to watch them, and then you watch them, you can take note, and then go back and do the class at your leisure. You don't have to work alongside Rachel or any of the tutors if you don't want to. You can just sit back, enjoy the banter, and ask questions and take lots of notes, and then you can go away and do it and keep stopping the video and keep playing it again, because remember, the video's yours to keep. Then who have we got after that then, Karen? Who have we got next?
We've got Hannah Edwards Sing with Everybody Loves Pasta.
Now that is going to be a super class, and that's on Sunday the 9th of May. And that's Everyone Loves Pasta, and it's a bowl of, it looks like it's a bowl of spaghetti with meatballs, and it's the chopsticks are elevated. Is it chopsticks? No, it's something like a spoon. Yeah, is it a fork? It's like a pasta fork. Something's elevated, but that class is great because it's going to show you the structure of how to do the spaghetti and do the meatballs, and it looks like you've got a big bowl of meatballs and spaghetti there. But remember, you can take this structure and you can turn it into a different one. You could then say, oh, I can make those like those bags of chocolates that are pouring out, and have the chocolates pouring out. You can change it to make a can of beer and use marshmallows as though it's a foam coming out. Having the idea of this cake and knowing how to do it then will lead to plenty of other ideas for you.
Absolutely, you can take that,
and use it.
idea and make it whatever you want.
Yeah. And these classes, is it £30 this class? So a £30 class, and then you can take that away. You can adapt it to so many other cakes that you will really get your money's worth out of that class. So I'm keeping my BDI on this here.
Lots of people asking for different recipes for ice creams, and I think what they really mean is they want different ideas of flavours. So there's lots of people saying, I've made rum and raisin, and I've actually soaked the raisins in the rum.
Yes.
Twister cheesecake's been made this week.
I mean,
Mandy Harvey said her neighbour last week had never had a macaron before. She tasted last week and she messaged, asked to make some different flavours. So she's going to do some rather vanilla with flavoured centres when she's going. So I'm feeling better soon, Andy.
I'm just keeping it, I'm looking at it, but I'm also keeping my BDI on this because it's not going to go wrong this time.
Is there anything that you could do with that mix that you think is spoiled?
Yes, I'm going to look at it. I could probably add a little bit more whipping up to it and bring it back. I'm going to try this now. Nearly. Just turn that on again. Otherwise I'll think Simon's sabotaged whipping it up. He hasn't really, he's a little love. So for everybody who's just joined us, we're making whipping up macarons, and in this bowl at the moment I'm doing a half mixture to what's on the website. I've got 90 grams of ground almonds which I've sieved 3 times, and I've also got 25 grams of natural flavoured icing sugar. I've got the lemon drizzle in there because I'm using the lemon drizzle, whipping it up to make a gorgeous meringue mix so I can fold it into the ground almonds.
A little tip here from Debbie Greens. Even if my bowl and whisk are clean out of the dishwasher, I swipe them with some white vinegar on the kitchen roll just to be double sure.
Yeah. But what makes me laugh is I've been making them all day. I've even got a tray full there to show you. By Jove, we're there.
Brilliant.
We're there. Look, I have stiff peaks because that peak is going nowhere. It hasn't drooped. As we know, we don't have droopers in this kitchen. So Debbie says. So I have now got a lovely, look at that. Even look at that, over the head. There we go.
Yeah.
Over the head. There we go. So I have got lovely stiff peaks there in the meringue. Phew. Right, so into this bowl I'm just going to put in half of the meringue mix.
So if anybody's thinking about doing the Hannah course with the pasta, is it suitable for beginners?
Yes, I would say yes, because it's an easy structured case. There's none of those big structures like when she did with the horse and what was the other one? The horse. I can't think.
No, I've gone
I can't
blank.
believe I've gone blank. But yes, you can. It'll be great for you to do. Even a beginner could do that course.
It's not a complicated.
It's not. And
structure, is it?
Hannah is absolutely superb at talking to you all the way through it. That she will guide you through it with no problems. And if you ever do get stuck with anything on Hannah's or any of the tutors' classes, all you have to do is go onto that class page and ask the question and tag the tutor in, and they will come back to you and they will help you in every way you can. Even when the course is finished, they're there to help you, and they will. They'll answer any question for you. They'll help you if you've got anything that you can't quite do. They'll go through it with you. So I'm just folding that in. I'm not mixing, I'm folding into the bowl until most of the egg white is mixed in there.
Oh, either Carol or John's jumped on and said the pasta course has been designed for beginners.
Brilliant. So I'm just going to put the rest of this lovely whipping it up meringue mix in here now. The smell is beautiful. And this is where I will colour now. Once I've got the second half in there, I then squeeze the colour on top of the meringue, and I'm going to fold this meringue in to the little bit that I folded in before till it's all completely, and all the ground almonds are within this mix. We don't want any loose ground almonds, so I'll scrape down the bottom of the bowl just to make sure, and I'm just turning it all the time. You're just folding in, you're not mixing.
Is that to retain as much air as you
No,
can?
because I'm going to get rid of the air,
Oh, right, okay.
but I don't want to overbeat it.
Right.
At the moment, if you're just folding it in, you're not beating it, you're just folding it in. I just want to make sure that the the meringue mix and the ground almonds and the colour is all mixed in. So there we go. And then what you do, we need to take some air out so we don't get lots of air bubbles. So you just wipe the mix up the sides of the bowl until it starts to fall down on itself. Now I will show you what I mean when we get to that thing. So when you've done it like that, just take your spatula around the bowl. As you can see, I'm not mixing, I'm just making sure it's going down, and then I will go up again, and any little loose meringue mix there and colour mixes in while you're doing it. So round the bowl, scrape it down, and then go up again. Now usually we could say it could be up to 10 times, but once you see your macaron mix start to slide down on itself on the side of the bowl, you know you've mixed it enough. So it could take 10 times, it could take 5 times. Mine is starting now to, it's not quite there yet, but it's starting, I can see it slowly starting to come down.
Yeah, I can see that from here. Carol's just confirmed she's currently having cuddles right at this minute.
Oh, how
Oh,
nice.
it's lovely, isn't it? It's great being a grandparent.
Me and Debbie Hargreaves have yet to experience that.
Oh,
We're both a bit fed up of this waiting lark. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see from there now, I don't know if you can see, he's gone, where's he gone?
I'll put you on so you can talk.
I don't know if you can see then, it just started to, it's slowly starting to slip down, not enough, so I'm just going to go round again, and I just keep taking it off the side and then going up again. Now, will a side camera, will they able to see it any different, Simon, where they can see it go down the sides? Because it just starts to slip down as though it's running off the side of the bowl, but very slowly.
Yeah, we can just about see that.
So it is just starting now to come down. So I know that 2 more mixes, 2 more around the spatula around there, we're going to be absolutely at the point where we want to be. And that's how I put the colour in. Now, if you was wanting to do different colours, then you would separate your mix once you'd added all your, what you separate your mix. So I think how I did it last time, because you can't over mix it, you see. So the worst thing you can do is over mix it. So what I would do is, if you wanted to do, can you put me in the front camera a moment, please, Simon? If you want to colour it different, mix in all the egg white, all the meringue with the ground almonds and the icing sugar, and get it so it's completely mixed in. You know, like you're folding it over. Then divide it into your bowls, or however many bowls you wanted to colour, and then I would add the colour and swipe the colour up the sides while you're going around the bowl, because you're going to do it at least 6, 7, 8 times, so that colour will have mixed in, because you're taking your paddle round and you're scraping it up. So that's the only time I would colour it, is doing it then.
Okay, we've got a question from Sarah Saunders. She's asking, what's the reason for adding the icing sugar, please? She's made these with whipping it up a lot with fab results, but on her last batch she forgot to add the icing sugar, but they were perfect and she can't tell the difference.
I think it could be I don't know if it was just maybe the added icing sugar to make the consistency right. Because I've used the same flavour. I think it's for the same consistency. I just know it was the lovely Claire Corbett who adapted this recipe for us, and then we just tried it out, and it's absolutely great. But I mean, if you've done it without the icing sugar, I thought that they've done it without the icing sugar, your consistency wouldn't have been quite right. I'm going to use this one.
Which one is that?
This one's the heart-shaped one, which doesn't come out as a heart, but you know. Let's have a look. There we go.
Carol has confirmed it's just to increase the flavour.
Because I must admit, the lemon in here now is absolutely beautiful, because I can smell the lemon drizzle is coming up, and that's why I use the lemon drizzle, whipping it up, and the lemon drizzle icing sugar, just so that we have got that intense, lovely flavour. Because remember, when you're baking, a little bit of the flavour does go when you bake, when you use the whipping it up, or the icing sugars, use a little bit of the taste, but this, you can still smell them, and those ones, I didn't nibble before, but there was a little crumb. There was a crumb fell off. And I ate the crumb. And it was lovely.
And is that colour splash lemon?
It is. It is colour splash lemon. Okay, only because I didn't put too much in, only because it's a really nice, bright summer colour. And I thought with using the lemon drizzle, it just goes, it's a nice combination there. So I'm squeezing that, pushing the mix straight down to the bottom of the bag. As I said, this is only a half mix I've done, because I did a full mix this afternoon, and I just wanted to actually show you how they worked. So I am going to use, nothing's fell. You see?
There's a couple of people saying adding the extra icing sugar helps absorb the grease and the oils from the almonds.
Thank you, ladies.
A couple of ideas there for you.
So I'm going to use the back of a baking tin. I don't want to use the inside, because I want the heat to be even. If you use sometimes if you find if you use it and you dip it in there, and you've got your grease proof up a little bit, the heat isn't completely even. So we found using the back makes it a lovely even flat surface, and the heat is all even all the way through. And I've got a template, but it's a little bit big, so what I am going to do is I'm going to just go, I'm not going to go straight to the black lines, I'm going to keep probably like a 1/4 of an inch within this template, otherwise they'll turn out as big as the ones I did this afternoon. And here we go. So you can see I'm just making sure I'm staying a 1/4 inch. I got Terry to make me a template before she went home, and I could have done with having it just that little bit smaller, because you forget they do spread macarons and they just went a little bit too. So I could probably get myself another probably one or two out of that, but I'm just going to show you this.
You could probably fit another 1 or 2 on that tray.
Yes, actually, you are correct there, Simon. Go that way. I just don't want them to.
Staggered.
Let's have a look. Injection method. Now don't worry about that, because all will be revealed in a moment. I'm going to slip this onto my tray. There we go. Now what I am going to do is just a little bit. Have I got enough left there? Yeah, a little bit. Just to stick my grease proof down so it doesn't fly off when I'm, there we go, so it doesn't fly off when I'm carrying the tray. So I'm going to get Simon just to turn down the sound in a moment, because then I want to bang this on the work surface 10 times just to take out some of the air, and then we can get rid of any air bubbles that may be there. So you ready, Simon? So you can see from there, I've got, if you've got any air bubbles, you just get a little cocktail stick. I've got possibly one, which I forgot. Here we go. So I've just got my little cocktail stick, and any bubbles you just want to just carefully just cover it over. I think that was about the only air bubble I could see. So they're absolutely fine, there's no tails on them. So these are going to go into the oven now, straight away. There's no more resting these, we don't have to. These are going to go into the oven for 9 minutes. So I've got my oven timer on there.
Mandy have obviously said she finds greaseproof is tons better than using a silicone mat.
I like the silicone mats that we've got if I'm doing the smaller ones, because I love using it as a template. I really like it, and I'll use a silicone mat for the macarons, but I'll use it as a template and put the greaseproof on the top. But I do like I like the silicone mats, and I've used the ones where they've got like the longer ones for doing chocolate eclairs or for choux buns. I do like those.
Would you just confirm for Cara Bear what temperature you put them on again?
150 degrees.
And that in Fahrenheit
is 275.
And gas?
Gas Mark II.
Thank you very much. And Susan Gardner says, don't you need them to skim over?
Not anymore. We don't need to. Using the whipping it up, you don't need them to skim.
So last year that was...
Oh, Simon. Yes, we don't need to. And it's absolutely great. They can just go straight into, if I put them on the middle shelf, straight into the oven. And absolutely brilliant when they come out, or hopefully they will be when they come out now. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to do the prize draw. So,
oh, excited.
So it's the prize draw for...
Don't lose your phone, because everyone's just seen you unlock key.
I've got no secrets. I've got no secrets. So I have to use my phone because I need to find the competition. Here we go, it's on posts. Here it was. It's the one comment per person for Julie Rogerson's class last week when she did the live as well at the night time. It's to win the bundle of 7 icing sugars, our new icing sugars. You get one of each flavour. How good is that? I mean, that's a prize worth £14. Absolutely, that's on special offer, £14, and it's to win amaretto coffee, the pumpkin spice. We've got the strawberry and pistachio, the mint and white chocolate, the biscotti pistachio, and the biscotti and lemon that I'm using tonight. 7 delicious new flavours, and I'm going to choose one of these comments. I'm going to comments. I'm going to all comments, and I'm going to scroll through till I've loaded them up. Oopsie daisy. I went there a bit too quick, didn't I? Let's get that. All comments again, yes.
Teresa Collins is saying this is a brilliant prize and her mouth's watering just listening to you.
Every one of those flavours is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm getting there.
It's a lot of comments.
It's a lot of comments, you're not kidding. Just want to make sure I've got them all. Right, so then I'm going to go down. Ooh. Up to the top again, and then down to there. Simon, just at one point.
So just look away then.
I'm looking at.
Stop!
Roxy Pavez. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yep, so there it is. I landed on Roxy.
Yeah.
So Roxy's wrote, I love watching Julie making the sewing cake. She's very calm and a fantastic tutor. I love the way she teaches us her skills and they seem easy to grasp. I like the way she showed us how to fix the rip in the sugar paste, which I will bear in mind whenever this happens to me. So well done, Roxy. You've won a bundle. And you know what? It might not just stop there. Because, Simon, did you know tonight I'm the boss?
Yes.
So I'm the boss tonight and Carol's like hundreds of miles away. I'm going to do another prize draw in a bit.
No.
I'm going to give another bundle away.
Wow.
How naughty is that? I do hope that Carol's actually just.
Not watching.
I hope Carol's just cuddling Sophia now and she's turned the live off. Otherwise,
Just watch that, baby.
yeah. So we'll do another prize draw in a moment. I'll draw another name in a bit. Yeah,
Brilliant.
that was that. So when Carol was doing her impromptu live, no, the product not impromptu live, product live yesterday, she was showing you all the Wonder Dust that we've got in the golds. We've only got the golds, the copper, and the bronzes left because you've all depleted our stock. You've bought everything, and the new Wonder Dust is due in about 3 weeks' time, and we've got 7 new colours coming in as well. So by then we'll have, is it 21 colours, Simon?
Yeah,
we'll have 21 Wonder Dusts, and they're coming in possibly late to, I would say definitely like give it 3 weeks, and they'll be in with us. So Carol was saying she did the cakes, and she was painting with the luster dust and the rejuvenator, and she said to you about drying them off, and like before I worked for Sugar and Crumbs, I'd have gone and put this in the sink, washed it and thought nothing of it, but look at this. If you let it dry and the dipping solution or rejuvenator spirit has evaporated, look how much dust is there that you would then put back into your pot. Now we're giving you all these lovely hints and tips where really I would like you to buy more, but I'm showing you actually how to save some. But you could just then, if you let them dry completely in your paint palette or in your little tubs, if you've got a little bowl, just do it with a paintbrush, tap your paintbrush, and then look at all that lovely dust that would go back into your pot. But I'm going to use it again now, so I'm going to put more rejuvenator spirit in with this. Use it and then let them dry. Then tomorrow I'll scrape the bowl down, and now we'll be putting it all back into our little pots so that we're not wasting it. So I have here, I have the deep gold, the rich gold, I've got a little bit of sparkling gold left, I've got some copper, and I have some ruby rose. So I haven't got.
Can I just reply to Curry,
yeah.
please? She's asking if there's any of the Wonder Dust spoons left.
If they're not, if they are showing out of stock.
I've just checked on the website. We've got gold and we've got rose gold. The silver is out of stock at the moment.
Apologies to YouTube viewers who may be experiencing some buffering at the moment.
So these spoons are absolutely brilliant, because I know if I do that and tip it in, I usually end up with everything. The whole pot's gone in. So I love these spoons. I could just get myself a couple of spoonfuls out. There we go. And I'm not wasting my dust. As I said, I'll put these dusts back in tomorrow. So a little bit of rejuvenator, because I want to paint I want to colour these macarons that I've got here, just so that I can show you them coloured, and then once they're dry I'll be making the buttercream and we can fill them with buttercream then. So a little bit of dipping, I've got dipping solution here, which is the Culpit one. And I want to make it into a nice paint. Now I don't want it thin, but again, I don't want it too thick either. So I want to make it into a nice manageable one. If you can see that there, it coats the bottom. It coats the bottom of the tin. So just put a tidgy bit. There we go. And no lumps. So I'm going to show you all. I'm going to show you these 5 colours we've got here. Put my lid on with that. We don't want that evaporating. Bring over the macarons I made this afternoon, and these were some I did yesterday, and Carol coloured them on the live, and just look how gorgeous these colours are. You've seen those?
That's beautiful. Good question. When we're using semolina as opposed to the almonds,
Yeah.
is it just ordinary semolina, and do you still need to sieve it like you do the almonds?
Yes, I do. I do sieve. I can hear that. I'm just going to go over there now. I was in the most important part there. There, right. I've done what they call the wibble test, or what Claire calls the wibble test. If anybody, I know some of you on here have done Claire's classes. Some of you here I've done Claire's classes. So the wibble test is you put your fingers on top. Remember, they are hot, and you wibble it. If it wibbles too much, they're not cooked. If it's got a nice solid wibble.
How much wibbles too much?
If the whole top was going, if it was
Right.
really sort of going a lot, that is nice and solid there.
Let's
So
zoom right in, see how much wibbling's going on.
not hardly anything. The whole bottom's moving. If they weren't cooked enough, you would find that this top bit here would try to be separating from the bottom, because look at the feet on those. If you want to go to the front a moment, please, Simon. This tin's getting hot.
Down.
So look at the feet on them. So look at that one there. No, that one. I'm looking for that one. If you touched it, then the whole of that top would try and separate from the bottom if they weren't cooked inside. These now are going to be left to go cold on the grease proof. I'll take it off the tin and put it onto a wire tray, and then leave them to go cold completely. If you try to take them off now, the bottom will stick and you'll just end up with two halves, and you'll end up with them not right. You need to let them go cold.
Okay, and quick question. Would you be able to lustre dust these without using the rejuvenator?
Well, shall we have a go, Karen?
Why not?
Where was I with this one? Just wanted to get round the sides, round here.
Gina Lee's reflecting on Julie's live, saying she really enjoyed it, especially as she repaired the tears in the sugar paste.
Yes.
And she made it seem so easy.
And that's what it's about. It's about something happened with the sugar paste. It's tore. Don't panic. Don't throw it away. Julie showed you, didn't she, just how to repair it so that nothing was going to waste. So I'm just painting this one only because I've done the other one. I just want to have two matching ones. And then we'll lustre one without using the rejuvenator spirit, see how that goes.
Brilliant. And the recipe's on the website, isn't it?
For these?
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's under Whipping It Up Macarons, easy.
Okay, there you go, Atusha. It was 9 minutes, Vanessa.
And that's all it did take, was the 9 minutes.
Is that the ruby rose you were using?
That was ruby rose then, so there is only a little bit left in that, but I will let that dry. I'll let that dry, and then tomorrow I'll scrape it round, I'll tap out the brush, and I'll get enough to put back in my pot there. Rather than just saying, oh yeah, I'll wash that out now. No, I'm going to save it because every little bit helps.
No waste.
So let's try.
That's me. No waste.
So I've just got some bright gold here. So I'm going to do it over the pot. You don't get quite the covering, but you get the lustering. I'll just show you. Let's come here, Simon. Is that all right? Can you see that?
Best
Covering
of
quite
it.
nicely, isn't it?
So you don't get. So that's it, dusted. But I will put some solution in there now and show you what it looks like.
That's a good test, comparison test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do the underside of it.
Lots of people saying they've got too much wibble themselves. They need cooking longer. I think that's me as well.
So look, that's the comparison there. You've got one just lustered and one painted. Depends on how bright you want to go, how much coverage you want to use.
Yeah, there's a distinct difference.
There is. I mean, you can still see. You can't see the lemon colour, but you can see the gold. But it's only it's a hint of gold, isn't it? You can see it's got a lovely shine to it. It really has. But if you want a gold, then I would paint it. So I'll leave that one. Then what's the next? Let's do the copper. You want to do that again? One of each.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we've got a serious question here. How long will they keep for? Michelle Bennett's asking.
They keep, if you don't fill them and you want to store them in between layers of greaseproof paper, and I think you can store them in the fridge. I think, did somebody say store them in the fridge?
I think you can freeze them.
You can, but you can store it in the fridge. But you can, if you store them between pieces of greaseproof, every layer, you put 4 in a pot, and then say some greaseproof and then 4. You can freeze them and then just bring them back to room temperature, and you actually can fill them with buttercream, and you can freeze them then when they're filled. You can just again make sure that each macaron has been separated by a layer of greaseproof, but you can actually freeze them filled because you can buy them from.
Yeah,
Supermarkets frozen,
yeah.
So you actually can. So it's a great idea if you wanted to just get them all done on the day, get them filled, and freeze them if you don't need them. Or again, if you've made too many, and you know that you're not going to eat that many.
Carol says, ask Karen if they're still in the fridge and test them.
No, they're not.
Let me take now.
Yeah, it's because they've been in there a long time, and they weren't very. They've been in there
Weeks.
months. Months. And they didn't actually. They hadn't retained their crispness.
So they don't last for months in the fridge?
No. That is why it would be better to freeze them. So you can see there's a definite, if you do want to paint them, you get that deeper.
Yeah, it's more of an intense colour,
Yeah.
isn't it? You've probably got more of the actual dust because it's liquefied. Actually on the surface.
So I do get a nice intense colour. A sparkling gold one.
Would you be able to freeze them once they're painted?
I don't see why not.
Or would you paint them after you've defrosted them?
You know, to keep that extra if you wanted to paint them and you wanted to make them look really fresh, I would actually just paint them once you've defrosted them and brought them back to room temperature. Yeah.
Chance that you could get a little bit.
Oh, June Barrett says she froze hers for a year and they still taste amazing.
That sparkling gold is gorgeous. But that one is, I'm coming in now, Simon, there you go.
Oh, okay. I was going to zoom out.
Yeah, so there we go. So that's a sparkling gold one. And then I'm just going to show you.
They're loving these colours.
Well, these colours were still in stock. I know we are selling out of things, but we did have the golds in, and we had the ruby rose and the bronze and copper in. As I said, the other ones are going to be about 3 weeks, and you can't wait for them. They're absolutely gorgeous. If Simon had brought the palette back today, I would have shown you the new colours.
Oh.
Deborah Wynn's asking, don't they go soft when you're painting?
No, they don't.
And that's because?
Because it's once you've painted it, if you think that it's using rejuvenated spirit or dipping solution, it evaporates really quickly.
Right.
Don't use water. Won't work.
No.
Done that one. That's the sparkling gold, and then I've got the deep gold one here.
One or two people saying it's their nemesis is this, and they're frightened to have a go, but really must have a go.
Honest to God, once you get your meringue mix right, and what it is don't overbeat your meringue mix and don't overmix it. That's what the secret is. Do not overmix it going right. You know, like when you do it with the ground almonds and the icing sugar. Only mix it round. You're not mixing, you're folding in and then you're paddling it up the side. Just one stroke up the side of the bowl as I showed you. And you do that, and it is around about between 8 and 10 times. And you see the macaron mix just slowly come down on itself. And you see it to start to slide down like lava. You'll see it slide down and you know it's not going to go whoosh. It's just going to go very gently. You'll just see it slide back in on itself. You've got the perfect consistency there. You've took the air out of it, and that's when you want to pipe it. If you carry on doing it and doing it and doing it, that is when you do over mix it. And if you do over paddle it and paddle all the air out, you won't get the feet on it, and you won't get the you just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. You get a slight. You've got the slight rise on these now. A slight rise on them. You've got the lovely feet on them. You've got the nice bottoms to them. If you overmix it, you'll end up with no feet. You'll end up that you'll just have. It sounds like it's like a shell, and when you bite into it, there's nothing there. It's just a shell with nothing, and you that's when you've overmixed it. You just take everything out of it, and the mixture just doesn't work. We know from experience.
Lisa Blair says she's airbrushed some macarons, which gave them a lovely colour.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's it. The airbrush is great. I really enjoyed airbrushing those cupcakes I did the other Friday. No, was it? Sorry, on the Wednesday, wasn't it? When I did that live. I really enjoyed doing that.
Mandy Harvey's asking, can we break one in half so that you can see the inside, please?
No. Do you not trust me? No, I will definitely do that for you.
Okay.
So there we go, that's the bright gold.
Peter Herons is saying on a different subject, he's going to have a go at whipping it up Swiss meringue buttercream next week. Any tips, please?
Yeah, watch any of Carol's lives. She's done loads on Swiss meringue buttercream. It's read the instructions on the packet. You must you beat your butter up, and then you can add your mix. Add the water very, very slowly. That is the key. You not just dibbing. It's very, very slowly. As Carol, if you look at Carol's videos, she explains it really, really well, that you do have to add it slowly, and that's the biggest tip I can give you, is don't rush the water. What was I going to do? Break one in half, was it? I'm going to do one of my broke up, one of my, yeah. Here's what I made of it, but see, I didn't like it because
let's get a good view of it. Where do you want? Do you want to go on the overhead?
Yeah,
like
I didn't like that one because I broke it there. So this is still out of the same batch, but
look where you are.
I'm just trying to put that down there. I'm trying to put that somewhere. So you ready? Look at that. Lovely macaron in a crisp shell. Karen, would you like to do the honours? Oh. Would you like to taste that, please?
I'll take one for the team.
Karen's taking one for the team tonight because I am being really good. I must have had the crummiest of the little crumb before, only because it fell off one, and I've tasted the lemon for, oh wow. It's silenced her. So I'm only going to paint, I've just painted those ones there to show you. So we've done dry dusting and we've also done the painting. I do like the dry dusting, but I do think using the dipping solution or your rejuvenator spirit just gives it that extra bit of bling. And just brings in, how do you taste it?
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I know she's not put it down, so it can't be bad. So, our biscotti and lemon buttercream. I actually whipped the living daylights out of the butter before, so the mixer wouldn't be going on for ages, because you do know the secret to our lovely buttercream is really making the butter very light in colour and lovely and whippy before we add any of the icing sugar. I'm just going to turn this on, just give it another mix, because it's been stood since we went live. Where's it gone? So I've got our gorgeous lemon and biscotti flavoured icing sugar there, and this in between a lemon drizzle macaron is going to be superb. Do you like that? So I've got that nice light and whippy there, so that's just whipping around there. So let's just let's do a second draw. Think Carol's gone to bed yet?
No. On the way back to the hotel now.
Oh, so she's in the car, she won't know what I'm doing. She won't know what I'm doing. Great. So I've loaded, as you saw before, I had loaded all of these up, so I'm just going to go up and down again.
Is this the same one?
It's the same competition, yes.
Can't win twice.
No, you can't, because I can take it says Sewing Cake by Julie, Sewing Cake by Julie, so I know it's the same competition, and I had the page. Let me get the, make sure I've got the all comments, there we go. Loading them up. Wanted to make sure I've gone off the relevant ones then and gone to all comments. As you can see, we've got lots and lots and lots of comments. And thank you to everybody who has commented on this. So Simon, I will look at, I've just got to keep my eye on it a little bit. I'm going right to the bottom, I'm going right to the top, I'm going down again.
Stop.
Trish Collins loved the Facebook Live with Julie. She was so calm when we prepared the rich sugar paste, loved all the bits to go on the cake too. Well done, Trish Collins. I'll keep that page open. How long does it take Carol to get back to the hotel, do you reckon?
They're saying you're getting brave. And Leslie Green saying, are you having a laugh, Carol, with Farland asleep?
Right, at the end of the live, I'm going to draw one last person. Do you think I still have a job on Monday?
Maybe.
So I'm going to do another draw. So then I've had 3 winners. Never mind 1 winner, we're having 3 winners. Probably John's on the oxygen by now. So that is lovely, light and whippy. I've got so that's a 250 gram, a block of room temperature butter in there, and I've whipped that now until it's really nice, light and fluffy. Or should I say whippy?
You're being called a rebel. When the cat's away.
Well, she said to me...
And you're living dangerously.
Well, she did say that I was the boss. She says you're your own boss today. I mean, I'm the boss today.
And Lorraine Pike says, remember, Carol might be okay about it, but John might be a different matter.
I'll be getting text messages later with, oh no. So I'm now going to take that off. As you can see, that is lovely, light and whippy. We're going to put in the lemon and biscotti, a full 500 grams, because as you know it's a 2-to-1 ratio we use with our buttercream. And we're going to chop this in. And we have to chop it in well, because Simon takes the mickey if I don't chop it in, and he gets an icing sugar cloud.
It's on the board now, isn't it? Chop it in.
Yes, it's down there, chop it in. I've eyeballed a lot of things today. Less is more, and less more or less.
Okay, so can
Most
you
important thing is, though, Carol,
keep your fingers out of the buttercream.
Okay, so how much butter and icing sugar?
250 grams of room temperature butter, and it was whipped up to be really light in colour and nice and whippy. And then I added 500 grams of natural flavoured icing sugar.
So it's a 2-to-1.
It is a 2-to-1 ratio, yes.
People are saying, what are you trying to do to John? And you might still have a job, but your wages might be docked.
Oops, there is always that.
Oh, we do have some funny ones.
Yeah, we have fun, don't we?
And Dickinson, it was 250 grams of butter and 500 grams of icing sugar.
So I've chopped that in well. So now I'll turn it on. I'll turn it on very slow. But with a K-mix, it doesn't start slow. Not like the Kenwood chef.
And Vicky Pine's asking, is Simon as good a baker as you, Karen?
Absolutely not. He actually is. He's actually very good. I saw his cake at Christmas. I was very impressed.
Yes, I saw the Christmas tree.
Yes,
Yeah.
very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at that now. His head's getting big now because he said his cake was really good.
Once a year.
No, he did. It was really good. So I want to make sure that I can pipe with this. So it feels like I might struggle to get that through the piping tube to make it rest on there. So I'm going to add a little bit of water. So I don't go daft with it. I've just put a bit into a jug there. And it's like, just do a tablespoon at a time. Or do a tablespoon at a time. Now, I usually get a measure out, but that was a very little bit that I put in there. I just want to get it to, when the spatula goes through it, I know it's a lovely piping consistency. We'll give that a quick like that. Then we'll just give it a test again with the spatula. And you see, it goes through nicer. Now that still feels a little bit stiff there. So I'm just going to mix all that up. And I'm just going to put in another tablespoon, and then that actually will be absolutely fine. Because I can feel it there, it's starting to give. So I'm probably not even putting a tablespoon in there. That was more like a teaspoon then. But I just don't want to overdo it. Now I can tell now, with the beater going round, I actually can tell now that that is nice and fluffy. So.
And is the addition of water possibly temperature dependent?
Usually, you see, I've used tepid water there. I've used the tepid water, whereas Carol's used boiling water. I've just used a tepid. If you use a boiling water, you probably would have only needed 1 tablespoon. But because I've used tepid water there, I've needed to put 2 tablespoons and a little bit more.
But if the temperature of the room was warm...
Yeah, in the heat of the summer, like if we get a heat wave again, there's no need to add water at all in the heat of the summer. I know a lot of people, I think they were trying to make the buttercream inside the fridge last year. It was that warm. So I have my piping bags around here somewhere.
Okay, everybody's saying, in terms of the competition winners,
Yes.
go for it, Karen. Let's face it, you are a Karen and one of the best. Carol has all the best Karens.
Yeah, but she might
Thank you, Leslie.
but she might decide to get rid of one of the Karens. And you know, I could be in the firing line. Literally.
I'm being asked, Sue Sherwood said that Simon phoned a friend to make his cake.
What?
You didn't phone a friend to make your cake, did you, Simon?
No.
All on your own, something,
Yes,
yeah.
because we was on lockdown as well, weren't we? So he made it all on his
I
own.
live on my own.
Right, I've used this nozzle out of the Savoy set. And this nozzle is the 4B. And we sell this as a loose one as well, the 4B. And I love it because of the little teeth on it. And I'll just show you what pattern we can get. Some people like to use the 1M. You can use a 2D. But I'm just going to give this 4B a whirl and see what we're like with this 4B. I like trying new different things out.
Don't know where this is coming from. Denise Newbury says she's looking forward to the Christmas calendar this year.
That's because Simon's supposed to be getting all his clothes off.
Oh, right, okay.
I know
I'll
nothing
leave
about
that
that.
But he's not. Right, so as the board says there, where is it? I can't see it. No more than a handful. No more than a handful. We say don't overfill your bags, so no more than a handful. So I've got a really good, I can fit that in my hand there. So I've got a handful of cream. So I'm just going to turn it over and I'm going to give it, oh, I like that.
Oh, Deirdre Moore says, tell Carol that Simon told you to do it.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Mandy Harvey says, I know 3 wonderful Karens, my sister and you 2.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And Paula Brown's praying for a heat wave this year.
I am as well because we're not going away.
No.
So, I mean, if I go away, it's within England. So, yeah, I want a heat wave. I want to go, I would love to go up to Scotland again with my husband. We had a lovely 4 days there a few years ago. And I'd love to go up again to Scotland. But then I also want to go to Wales. to see our, when we can start going, you know, staying again. We can go and stay with our cousin in Wales, and we love going there. But so I've got a few places I actually want to go.
That's a lovely pattern.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, like I said, you can use the 1M if you want to. You can use any nozzle you want. You could just use a normal spatula if you wanted, just to smooth it on with a spatula. So just refill the bag. Give it a shake down. Now remember, when you refill your bag, you end up with air in it. So I just like to squeeze it to make sure I can get some of the air out there. There you go. There you go.
Kit Karen says, go to Scotland, go visit her.
I'll only get as far as Edinburgh. Is that alright? So you can make your macarons as big or as small as you want. Remember, no, you can't ever say your macaron is too big. It just doesn't work. So you can make them as big or as small as you want. If you wanted to do little tiny ones for going on the side of your drip cakes, you can. I've actually seen somebody do a birthday cake. Did you see that, Karen? Somebody made a birthday cake, macaron birthday cake.
Yeah, I did.
What, a giant macaron?
A giant macaron. They did like 3 layers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About 3 layers.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
Simon's thinking,
Kathy Eaton says, don't panic, Karen. Tell Carol she's such a good teacher. You followed her lead, or say you were winging it.
Carol's taught me a lot. She's taught me a real lot, well, since I've been working in here with her. I mean, I love baking anyway. I really do. I've always loved baking, but I've learnt so much off Carol. Right.
I think we've all learned so much off Carol.
Yeah,
to be perfectly honest
yeah.
with
I do find I love her ways of teaching. I've learnt loads, and I know you ladies have, because when I see all your gorgeous creations on Facebook, I know that you've been watching her, and I think she's a really good teacher.
Certainly is.
So with these, what we call these bad boys, look at the size of them. I mean, they are not to be sniffed, are they?
Oh, I don't know. They smell nice from here.
So you know what? We're not going to.
Oh dear. Getting the bling out.
Getting the bling for those ones.
Getting the bling.
Simon loves when I do this because I aim for Simon. Simon, come here. So let's just. Oh look. We'll just bling these ones up here.
Mandy Harvey says that we all learn so much from each other too.
Yeah,
and I think that's very true.
It is. I mean, you ladies and you guys on there, all you ladies and gents, I love it that when someone puts a question or asks anything on there, you're all there helping. It's absolutely amazing to see that you all jump in with an answer for them, and you've seen that you've helped so many, because somebody say, oh, I never thought of that, thanks. And I've even learned, so I've learned lots off you as well, was when I see what you've put on and I see somebody else answer or you've answered, I thought, wow, I never knew that. And we all learn such a lot off each other, and I love our community we've got. We've got a really good community, and the spirit in it is marvellous.
Yeah. That's what community's all about, isn't it?
I can't wait to see all you ladies who are coming down on the 26th of June and the 3rd of July for our demo days. The June one is completely sold out. I don't know if
there are still 1 or 2 places available
for
on
3rd.
July.
Is it 3rd of July? So we've got 1 or 2 places left on 3rd of July. Karen's been making us all name badges. Even though maybe I might not need a name badge, because you'll just hear me laugh or hear me on my voice and you'll know that I'm there, won't you?
Everyone's seen you.
Exactly. That's why I said she didn't need a badge.
But I
They
didn't
all
want...
know who she is.
But I felt left out. So I really can't wait to see all of you who are attending the demo days. I'm looking so forward to those 2 days. And as I was saying, we've got the lovely Julie Rogerson in on. We've got the lovely Rachel Hanna in on Monday doing introduction to wedding cakes using sugar paste. That's going to be a superb class. And then on Monday, the 9th of May, we have Hannah Edward singing doing the spaghetti and meatballs cake. Now, that one, everyone loves pasta. I mean, how good is that going to be? And as I said, you can take that concept away and change it into so many different style cakes. Have the beer pouring, you can have the chocolate pouring. I've seen people like with Skittles and Maltesers, and you can have anything. Brilliant, the world's your oyster. Once you've got that concept of how to do it, the world is your oyster with that kind of cake. Then we've got dough in on the 14th of May doing this gorgeous, look at these, woodland, she says, is it just alright? Nothing's gone, it's alright dough. I've not done the ones dough. Every time dough comes, there's usually a bit missing.
Oh, you've not broken.
No, I've not. No, I've not. It was the little picture falling down. It's fine. So look at these woodland.
Oh, they're cute.
I mean, Doe's going to do. I know she's definitely going to do the toadstool house, because guess who's asked for it? Yeah. So we're definitely going to do the toadstool house. We're going to do a frog and a little grubble and snail. One of the little mushroom ladies, the committee who've come out of the toadstool house. We'll do a little gnome, and I think Doe's been doing a fairy. I've seen a fairy that she said she was going to bring down for the class, and it looks amazing. I saw the fairy, and she said she'll do one of these houses. We don't know which one we're going to do yet. We're definitely going to do the toadstool house and a couple of the other ones. But look at that, for £20. For £20, and you'll go away knowing how to do it. Probably with this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to about 8 little pieces. You'll know how to do that, and for £20 that is absolutely worth it. So that's on the 14th of May, and then on the 17th and the 18th of May We've got the gorgeous Georgie back in the kitchen. Now the 17th of May is the mermaid cake, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And the 18th of May is
Unicorn
cake. And those classes are £30 each. They're available to buy still. All the classes are available. So you've even got time to still sign on for Rachel Hannah's class on Monday. You've still got time to sign on for that. And that for £30. Rachel's already done a class on the buttercream wedding cakes. And this now is a step up to show you how to cover the cakes with sugar paste. And now wedding season's starting again and all birthday celebrations are starting again. It's an absolute steal of a class for £30 to learn how to do that and get your sharp edges.
Okay, Kelly Humperson, she's just booked for one of the classes on the first time. I've just read your entire message and I'll sort that out tomorrow. When you're booking classes, you can select click and collect as the shipping option.
Yeah.
And it doesn't charge you the shipping fee. I'll sort that out for you tomorrow, Kelly. And Margaret Banks, the class for Doe Griffin is on the 14th of May.
Now, I'm just going to bring over, these are the ones that I made earlier on the live for you. And how many birthdays have we got today, Karen, to sing?
Well, we've got Di Runnacles, whose is today. Sue Merry has already been
she's on
because she's on Sunday. Margaret Banks is 70 tomorrow. And Nikki King is also her birthday. And Carol Allen's husband, daughter and sister. And I did see a message from Leslie earlier saying that it was her three relatives. And she said, three relatives. I can't remember the exact relation, but basically Carol Allen is her sister.
So we've got to sing to
Di, Sue, Margaret and Nikki.
Right, so Di, Sue, Margaret and Nikki.
Di,
Sue, Margaret, Nikki.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Di, Sue, Margaret and Nikki. Happy birthday to you. All of you have a wonderful birthday. Have a wonderful birthday. Is it today, tomorrow and weekend? I think you said it was, wasn't it? So have a really nice birthday celebrations, all of you.
You didn't give me a chance to clear my throat there.
He was doing it with a frog in his throat.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have made any difference, would
I was
it?
preparing my voice.
Really?
Yeah.
So I hope you've enjoyed this Macaron Live tonight. And no, I might not do it.
Okay.
No
You know
more
what?
prizes.
Yeah, come on. Let's do the last giveaway.
Oh, hang on, I've got a message from John. No more prizes.
We got a message from John, tell Karen not to come in tomorrow. So let me just find the competition again. I've lost it.
Paula Brown says she wants to come on the 3rd, but she's got to book a hotel for 2 nights and she's due to go on holiday for the 25th. So she needs to save up, but if she can't go to Spain, she'll have her spending money for the warehouse.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right, here we go. I've got the post again. So all comments, yeah. She says I should look at that. All comments, yes. Up again. Load them all again. And this really is the last one because I think I'm pushing the boat out a bit now.
Nah, one more after this one.
No. I think
One more.
right. That's what's that.
Well, we've got a request. When's Ollie's gorgeous eyes coming back in?
I don't know because he's really, really busy. He's make sure I've got on the right one. He's really, really busy. I don't know. And he's also, the classes he's done everything about showing you everything to do with chocolate, and he's got his other classes. So I think he's got to get back together with Carol and sort of see what project he could come up with. So I honestly don't know. Right, loaded them. That took some doing.
Go for it.
It's gone off. Hang on a minute. If I go too much, it goes off. Start at the top and work down. Right. Just tell me when.
You do it this time, Karen.
Stop.
I stopped on Margaret Mags Binder.
Can't see it.
Oh, sorry. Margaret Mags Binder. I love this tutorial. Great to see how Julie kept calm and sorted out rips in the fondant. Learned loads. So you really always impressed with how she repaired the fondant, weren't you? So well done, Margaret Mags Binder. So the 3 ladies who've won today, if you'd like to email...
Email what?
Come on. Email info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com and just say, give them your name and say you've won the bundle for Julie Rogerson's live, and the ladies will sort it out for you. They'll either pop it into your next order or they send it out to you. We don't get in touch with you, you have to get in touch with us. Right, have we got anything that anybody'd like to say?
Anne Dickinson's just saying, when the boss is away, we will play. Everybody's saying they had a great time tonight. Really enjoyed it. Thank you for a great live. Always enjoy the classes. Love this evening. Lots of fun and laughter. Thank you for a great class. Simon, you weren't ready.
Singing.
And Trish Collins, you claim your prize. I think Karen's already explained by emailing us and tell us that you've won tonight's prize, and we'll get it out to you.
So
at info.sugarandcrumbs
at icloud.com.
Absolutely.
And I do hope that some of you who were a bit feared of making macarons are going to give it a go. Honest to God, there's nothing to it. Just make sure you get your meringue mixed to a nice stiff peak, and then fold it into your ground almonds and your icing sugar, and then just stripe it up the side of your bowl, and you just each side of the bowl, and then scrape it down and turn it over. Don't mix it, and then scrape it up the bowl again until it starts to fold in onto itself. It's like you can just see it start slowly sliding down the bowl. You know it's ready, and then you can then do your pipe. And don't forget to do your banging 10 times, because that takes a lot of the air bubbles out of it. And if you do get any air bubbles, use a little cocktail stick and take the air bubbles out, and then pop straight into the oven, 150 degrees C, 275 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 2, 9 minutes. That's all it takes. And then these are now cold, pretty cold. So look, you just peel. There you go. Look, there's the bottom. There's the top. There's the bottom, and look at them feet. How good do they look? So that's the trick. Leave them to go stone cold on the grease proof. Then they will peel off. Look, easy. If you take them off while they're warm, you leave all the inside behind.
Yeah, you just get a shell done.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
And I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 11:30 with Simon and his terrible twins
back. For more fun.
We're back for more fun. I think I'm doing gluten-free. I'm going to do friands. But I really am in love with the coffee. You know I'm in love with the coffee because Carol's told you how I express my love for the coffee.
You don't like coffee?
I know I love coffee, icing sugar. So you know, don't they? So I'm going to make coffee and walnut friands.
Just before we go, quick question. Which shelf in the oven do you put them on?
I put them on the middle shelf.
Okay, there you go, Annette.
Middle shelf.
If you've only got the top and the bottom shelf.
If you've only got a top and a bottom shelf, put them at the bottom.
Take one out and put them in the middle.
Yeah. or you can do them at the bottom, but don't do them on the top. So other than that, thank you, Karen. Thank you for coming in and doing my comments for me.
You're very
Greatly
welcome.
Appreciated.
I love doing it.
So thank you, and thank you all so much for joining us. And I'll see you all again, whoever can join me at 11:30 tomorrow for gluten-free coffee and walnut friands.